Hello, everyone. We've now got Benjamin Webster, co-founder and CEO from Mass Fidelity, telling us about the Core wireless speaker. So over to Benjamin.
Thanks very much, Verity, and thanks for having me. So today we're showing the Core wireless speaker system. And I've learned at this show that there's really two sections that I need to do when describing the product. The first is sort of a bunch of the inputs and outputs it has, and then sort of the real purpose behind the product. So it's got an analog input, it's got a digital input, does the multi-room thing, it's got a 12-hour battery life, you can hold it in the palm of your hand, but the big thing is that it creates a real stereo image from a small box. So I have a video actually that we've prepared. Scott's going to turn it on for us, and then we'll do some questions afterwards with Verity.
I thought it was coming from the two speakers, and when you revealed what was actually happening, I was very surprised.
It's cool. It's like kind of nothing I've really heard before.
I was aghast, and I haven't been that in a lot of years. Really an extraordinary product.
The Core is the most advanced wireless speaker system ever developed. 5 digital signal processors allow us to render the audio in a way that is totally revolutionary. You're getting stereo sound from this one tiny little box. The convention right now is that for true high-end listening, you have to have 2 speakers. The Core changes that. You can have 1, and it truly sounds like 2.
For a little box like this to create all the imaging is very impressive.
Leveraging a combination of wave field synthesis and beamforming allows us to create an acoustic bubble in the room so that the image stays stable no matter where you're sitting. You can almost see each person in the band in the room with you.
I could move my head around, and the location of the sound source remained intact, as if it was a hologram.
There's no speaker that can do anything like this. Everything is smart, but sound systems aren't. And this is the thing that we're doing at Mass Fidelity, is creating truly smart sound systems. If you have an NFC-enabled phone, just touch the top of the Core and you're automatically connected. A high-density battery gives the Core a solid 12-hour battery life. The Core's built-in microphone allows you to remotely answer calls without having to touch your phone. And if that phone is about to die, the Core's USB connector will recharge it for you. The Core's control input makes it home automation compatible. In fact, the Core has all the inputs you'll ever need. Any smart device will work instantly via Bluetooth. Hook up your Apple TV to add pristine sound quality to all of your favorite music and video streaming services. You can even connect your turntable, and regardless of where your music is coming from, you can broadcast it wirelessly in up to 9 rooms at once. For the past 18 months, we've been developing the Core with engineers and factories to make sure that we can deliver to you a perfect audio product.
We're a small company used to doing small production runs. The demand for the Core has been overwhelming. We need your help to accelerate the tooling that will allow us to bring it to market early.
So join us, and you'll get a beautifully designed wireless speaker that gives you true stereo sound for any room in your house. The Core will be the only wireless speaker you'll ever need and the most exciting audio product you've ever owned.
Well, that's quite something. Quite the box of tricks.
Yes, it is.
You said you've been working on it for 18 months?
Yeah, a bit longer than that if you include a bunch of the research and development that went into the algorithms to create the stereo sound field rendering.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the inspiration? What made you start on this journey?
It was a combination, actually, of our brand manager and my mother.
Oh, really?
Yes. The first product we released was a Bluetooth stack. And so my mother was, very proud of her son and said, "Great, I'd like to buy one of these fancy stereo things that you've made." And then I explained to her that she needs all of these other boxes, and she said, "Well, I don't want one then." And so it was creating something that, I think that there's like everyone likes music, but they're not being serviced in a way that they can get access to really high quality music in a convenient way. And that kind of drove the development process. So how small can we make it? How big of a sound field can we make it? how accurate can it be in terms of stereo rendering. You know, people want to move it around, so we want to put a battery in it. They have old sources, so there's an analog input. They have their Apple TV, so there's a digital input. They might want to have more than one, so there's multi-room. But the focus is on sound quality for the whole product. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, getting all of that into such a small box and then creating that big sound.
Yes.
That must have been quite a tricky one to try and balance.
It is, but I mean, we did achieve it. It took a while, but we did achieve it. It's being tuned sort of from every angle. So the mechanicals, the electronics, the software is all working in harmony to be able to achieve that. And we're doing demos upstairs. It sounds like a crazy thing that we're claiming, but you know, upstairs in our suite, we're doing demonstrations and we're making believers out of everybody.
Hearing is believing.
Yes, correct.
And it does multi-room as well?
Yes, it does. So what we did is, because we have so much processing power inside, we built all of the things that would normally go into an app into the product. Right. So all the networking electronics, all the software that you would have to configure the network and all that kind of stuff is built right in here. So the only thing that the customer has to know how to do is push this one button on the top and the whole network synchronizes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all about simplicity. You've
exactly.
got everything in there, but it's all about making it simple and accessible.
Yes.
Excellent.
At a high quality sound, which is the important part. Yeah.
Of course. And so there is an app for Android and iPhone?
No, you don't need one.
Oh, you don't need one?
No, you don't even need one. Yeah, it's just, you just use your Android or iOS device, how you've always used it, and it just works.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excellent. So where can people hear this?
Right now, here.
Yeah.
Or there'll be a couple trade shows that we'll be at. We'll be at one in Europe it's called ISE in February, and then we'll be doing some sound demonstrations around Canada in the not too distant future as well. But it'll be in retail stores all over the world this coming May.
Okay. Do we have a price point yet, or?
Yeah, it's, well, am I working in dollars?
Yes.
Right now? Okay, so it's $599.
Okay.
And then we're also working on a wireless sub, and we're also demonstrating that at CES this year, and that's $399. So for $999, you're getting a fully loaded sound system.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming down and talking about it.
Thanks very much, Verity.
It's great.
Yeah.